Just from the beginning, just only take out what sounds natural, I would say.
Sometimes less is more, and actually that's a great tip. That's much better than what I said.
Given that you guys, your specialty is editing and that's kind of the core of the business, is there any tips or advice that you would give to kind of independent podcasters about that side of things? Because a lot of people can get lost in the weeds with editing and it can become a bit overwhelming. And is there anything that you found that kind of helps you be more efficient and really get the job done well?
I think
good question.
What I would say straight away is practice. Like, you can't just maybe you can't just do a course or maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos and then, right, I'm an editor now. Like, we practiced for years making What the Pho. And that's why I said back at the beginning of this interview, if people want to listen, great. But if they go far back enough, they'll think these guys are terrible editors. But that's because we were learning. So do it first for free because you enjoy it. This is what I'd say to anyone in any creative industry. And this is what's so great about the internet. If you've got some sort of skill, you could be a video editor, podcast editor. Keep practicing because you're happy to do it even though you're doing it for free. Keep practicing, and you get an ear for these things. And yes, there's lots of YouTube videos out there, and you can see how other people are doing things. But after a while of so much practice, you just know, you think that doesn't sound right, and you know what you have to do to fix that problem, and that only comes with experience and practice.
And then when you're first starting editing, my first bit of advice is keep it natural. If you're trying to edit out a word, like an for example, and it's joining another word, like I think, like that, like it's going to be really difficult for you to take that out. So leave it. If you can't make it sound natural, undo and leave it, because that isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, obviously, if it's a swear word or something you really need to take out, then you're gonna have to work hard at it. But yeah, just from the beginning, just only take out what sounds natural, I would say.
Sometimes less is more, and actually that's a great tip. That's much better than what I said.
Yeah, because it can start to sound a bit strange and clipped, and you just know listeners might not necessarily understand why it sounds weird, but it's that clipping out all these ums and ahs, and it's weird that because listening back to previous interviews I've done and stuff, and I hear myself making ums and ahs, and I just want to get rid of them all, and you kind of go down this rabbit hole of like, there's another one, I just need to eliminate all of these from everything. And it's like your ear becomes so sensitized to these tics and vocal or phrases that you kind of overuse, but it does sound more natural in some cases. I mean, if it's really bad, then it might need a bit of work, but I think that's really good advice on editing.
Yeah, and I've actually seen, we did this, I think, at the start, and I see people do it a lot, other editors. Yeah, it's just, there's a temptation to make everything too neat and tight. So, you might ask us a question. There will normally be about a second or two silence between you asking the question and us answering it. But I think people are quite obsessed with taking out empty space, and then it all just sounds too fast and, too chaotic. So let it breathe. Sometimes less is more. Yeah,
the beauty of editing is if somebody listens back and doesn't hear that it's edited, then you're a good editor.
That's it.
Nice. Those are really great tips, and I think that'll be really valuable for the people that are listening.